Hello there, everyone. Now you see me, now you don't. Yes, here I am, but only for a very short moment. If you've been watching my last couple of lives where I'm actually live and I talk to you, you know something is afoot, something is happening, and it turns out it's going to be tomorrow. Now, I was hoping it would be today for something really cool on the live, but it's happening tomorrow. But for that reason, I'm supposed to be resting today, not using my brain and not fiddling around with lives. I'm supposed to be resting so I can give my all tomorrow. But I wanted you to know that I am well, because I know a lot of you know I'm not well if I'm not actually live. I am well. So I thought, what can I show you today? A nice video. Well, something a lot of you asked me about is I think it was actually Alyssa commented on my short about opening pomegranates. And a lot of you say, oh, you have, for example, a pomegranate tree, or I show you figs, harvesting figs or carrots. And people say, oh, do you have one of these trees? So I did a video quite a long time ago, but I'm going to share that with you because if you're new to my channel, you probably haven't watched it. And I actually decided to go round counting all my producing trees so you can see how many I have of each thing. So that's the video I'm going to share with you today. If you want to watch that, then stick around. If not, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out. But that is what I'm going to be sharing now with you today. And when I actually made it, I don't know if I say it within the video or not, but when I moved from place to place in the garden counting, I actually speed up the footage so some of you can also get bearings on where these certain trees are. So, or a bit more of the layout of my garden, thank you. Or a bit more of the layout of my land a bit more. So I will share that with you now, and I'll say it now. Until next time, as always, Meraki. This video started with the simple concept of Little Garden Big Dreams asking me how many orange trees do I actually have. So I thought I'd go around and show you most of the fruit trees and other big trees I have and count how many I have, because a lot of trees I don't really know. So let's start with the simple ones. Peach trees. I know this. I only have two because I've recently bought them. So we have a late peach and an early peach. We have one here. And both of these are in my food forest area, which I'm going to expand on more and more as time goes on. Two. How many mandarin trees do I have? One. Two. One. This is a yellow plum tree. Number two, this one is a purple plum tree. Two. These were both here when we moved here. So one. Two. How many date palm trees do I have? One. 2, 3. How many quince trees do I have? I have 2 here that I grew from seed from the main one. 1, 2, and then the main one. 3. Another little one has started growing. There's an offshoot. Must have been a quince that fell down. I'll go and show you from around the other side. He's here, so I'm going to leave him there because this other quince tree is rather old, and when that goes, obviously there'll be another one in the place. So 4 quince trees. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 baby new one, 6. Well, I've just started some more baby ones off. There's 1, 2, 3. These ones are also started by me from seed. That's 4, 5. This is up to my waist in size. 6. Also grown by me from seed. 6. This is a bit taller than the last one and more bushy. 7. 8. 9. 10. Just the one, and I grew this from the stone of an avocado. How many strawberry trees do I have? This was already here, as was the second one I'm going to show you. 1, and the patio flower beds, number 2. On the stone table patio area, we have 1. This is my biggest one. 2, As you can see, already getting big grapes in all the bags. We still need to make more bags because we have a lot of bunches I haven't got bags for yet. This is our biggest one. That's number 2. By the way, this is the other compass that we have that Mike made. This is one he made a long time ago on part of our patio, that he made this area. Number 3, going over this arch. I'm growing 3 more here. These are from pips of the grapes from that last grapevine. So it's 4, 5, 6. These are going to be relocated elsewhere. Seven. Now in this lower olive grove there are actually more tend to pop up, as does little Kit. Kit likes to play down this area as well, so there could be more down here. They often go on our boundary line, but they're the ones I know of for sure. So we have 2 down here, big ones. 1 and 2, which I'll show you from the higher side as well. You coming with us, Kit? Stroke me, mummy. Got bits in you now. Have to brush you when we go back. So seeing them from the upper tier, I'm now in the upper olive grove. So that's 1, 2, and Kit's come up to join us again. And 3. Just one mighty one that we use all the time for our projects. This is one great big bamboo. We're about to use it again for another project. Don't worry, it's not the invasive kind, just plenty for our projects. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our main lemon tree. This is by our kitchen, and this is the one we get the best lemons from, most of which I've just picked, but we've got a lot of new ones coming through again. And this produces really huge lemons. Lemon tree on apple orchard. How many fig trees do we have? Now we have a combination of green figs and purple figs. This is going to be quite hard for me because I really can't think where they all are, and I'm bound to miss some. So let's try. So we have 1, 2. This is the food forest area over here. 'Pretty big one here. These ones I'm keeping quite small. These are in the apple orchard area. So they're going to stay small. This is a big one. You can tell by the trunk if you can see it. I've got a couple of new ones growing here. New ones I've planted. Our biggest and best one. This tree is enormous. Again, you can see the big trunk. Just because trees are short doesn't mean they're young trees. Always look at the trunk. I think that's all of them. So I start with the pomegranates down here because most of them are in a boundary line here. So I'll start counting here. So pomegranates, 1, 2, 3 in the corner, 4 next to it, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That makes our boundary. 22. 23. This is one of our best ones. 24. This is the one that got stung by hornets. 'I will link below links to all these trees with fruit so you can see that. 25. 26. 27. and hidden behind here. 27. Needs a bit of cutting back. It's a very old tree. I'm going to deal with that this year. And then the last one we've grown with the jasmine and trumpet flowers to make a little bushy hedge area where the cats like to lay this side of it for shade during the day. So it's intertwined in this bush, and I'm trailing it along. There's actually two there, so it's two more there, trailing it along, so you'll get all the different flowers popping out. Trumpet flowers starting there, we've had the jasmine out, and then you'll have the pomegranate flowers pop out as well. Just need to trim him back for now, but there's two more pomegranate trees. This is a bit of pomegranate. Two more pomegranate trees. You can see the tall bits need trimming back. Two more pomegranates within there. Pomegranate on apple orchard. I'll only show you the ones we're keeping because I'll show you an example now what I mean. Example, they just spring up all sorts of places, and this is amongst the oleander, so this will go. And we also have a lot of this situation all around our boundaries, so although we have lots more of this as boundary plants, I'm just going to show you the main carob trees. For example, is a good example. Now that is a tree and we're going to keep that one as a tree, but all along here they're intermingled, so I'm not actually going to count these. I'm just going to show you them, show you where our carobs are. I do tend to forget about this, so that one we will keep as a tree. I haven't shown you everything in the garden tree wise, because again this will be a very long video. I just want to show you more of the produce. We have lots of conifers and evergreens, and some of these berry trees. I haven't shown you all those because I don't really do them much on my videos and show you about those. That will be for future. So let's just show you any more random things with the carobs. We've got big bushes there. The tall bit sticking out to the left is carob. So we have the bush intertwined with carob. Our neighbour comes and picks all these. There's those, I'm not counting. I have another bush, one of the red berry bushes. I have done a little bit about those before. We have a carob tree in the corner. We have a big carob tree here. Actually, I think that's two or offshoots. I'm not sure if that's... Oh yes, it's two separate trees there. Look at the trunks. It's a lovely shady area up here. We have another carob tree here. In the distance you can see another bush tree, making that into an actual tree that's providing shade. Below that is my hugelkultur area, so that provides shade for that. As you can see, I'm tired from going up and down the garden. Our biggest and best carob tree is this one, and the second best one is the one over the stone table, which we're coming towards. I wonder if this video has helped or hindered you know what's where in my garden. You can always slow down the time lapse if you want to watch slowly where I'm going. So this is a really old one. It's illegal to cut down a carob tree, so you can trim them back and take off branches, but it's illegal to cut them down. They do make great firewood, so we always use the branches and the offcuts. And I've done a video about why there's tin on a lot of big carob trees. It's to stop creatures going up there and eating the produce. And I'm also going to link for you my videos all about carobs, what are they and what they're used for. They start off green, as you can see they are right now, and then they go to brown, but I'll link the video below so you can watch all about that. It's a big carob tree there, it's massive. They do provide excellent shade and food, both people and animals. This is my tree cave bush, so this is another one of those fruit bushes. We won't go in there today, save that for another day, but it's awesome in there. We have another tree bush here, which I've made as a little arch to go through. A bit more perspective of where I'm going in this section of the video. So from this side it doesn't look much of an arch, but from the other side I actually walk through a lovely arch way. A longer walk than it appears to walk through there. As I say, we have lots of pines and conifers, and of course we use the pine cones and the wood. That one must be really old, that's really thick. Couldn't even begin to get my arms around that. Probably need two people around that trunk. So these are the main trees, the greens. Lots of different varieties there. I've done a separate video on all of those. We have another carob tree here. Bit of a garden tour now. I have lots of these yuccas. They do bear fruit, elephanteras, and that means elephant because the great big ones have feet, trunks like an elephant. I'll link that video as well so you can see more of them. I'm not counting those, there's far too many of those. And these are the baby ones. This one's as tall as me, but that's considered a baby one. We're growing them up this pathway. You can just break these tops off and shove them in the ground and they grow no problem. So they're something easy to grow. Have another carob here. Now this is a different berry tree, and at the moment we're at the stage of them being green. Again, these are all for a separate video, and these have beautiful white flowers. If I can find the footage of that I've taken recently when this was in blossom, smell beautiful. I've had two different identifications of these. The actual leaves remind me of oak. They're not an oak, but the leaves, let's see, kind of give that impression of an oak sort of looking shaped leaf. That's one leaf. So if you want to identify those for me, you can, because as I say, I've had two different IDs of them, and I'll put in the footage of the blossom, which will probably help. Very beautiful and smells lovely. See if you match either of the IDs I've been given previously. We've got another evergreen there, another Elephanteres, another carob, massive carob, big carob tree. Before the carob tree on the stone table area. There, the stone table carob, that's our second biggest carob tree, and we really have to keep pruning that because it makes a nice shady area, but then it drops with the weight of the carobs. There's that one. Stone table area, carob tree. Beautiful shade to sit under. And obviously I haven't gone through all my plants. We have loads of oleanders everywhere. I have a video on those, very easy to grow them, and I've tried lots of different ways, and I'll show you the way that works the best. Have another carob here. We have recently chopped this back. And this is how the trees all just pop up around here. This is going to have to go. Another one of the red berry trees. Now you'll see some areas we just keep them as bushes, small bushes for ornamental. Another carob. All these evergreens we chop behind to form a hedge. So from the pool tier behind me, you can actually see the sea and the landscape beautifully. When we first came, it was much taller, twice the height. Took a long time to get down, but why would you not want to see the views? Our main yucca trees, the ones that feature a lot in my videos, as in pruning videos and cooking the fruit videos. There's a whole line of them there. They actually make a great wind barrier if you're hit by storms, but do be aware that when they start to overhang too much, they will come down. So as long as you keep the tops trimmed so they're straight and strong, they do make a good wind barrier if you're hit by heavy rains and storms from a certain direction. But as I say, do be aware, if they're hanging over too much, they will also come down in those, hence they make a good barrier instead of battering your house. And again, here's a good example of how the red berry bushes just invade like the carobs. It's all intermingled in the bamboo and the cactus fruit. So that should really come out of there. Another carob within the bush, and the reason we're not chopping that down to the height of the hedge is because it covers up a pylon in the far distance, but obviously your eye would be drawn to it if you're sitting up and looking out. Another one of the berry trees, the first berries. I call these the red berry ones, not to be confused with the one I've just shown you. And as I say, these carobs just pop up. This is the boundary of our driveway, so we are making a change here slightly, but we just leave all these for now. That's like, let's call it the red berry again. And there's another berry tree over there. Let's go and see that. So another carob is first, and then another of the red berries there. So we're now on the patio area. And the reason the patio is where it is it was built here because you get a channel of breeze in this area. More of the yuccas. I'm on a double height step at the moment. I would say this is twice my height. This one is still considered small. And then this is another carob. Another example of how we keep the berry bushes chopped back. There's another one up here. Just have to keep on top of trimming the back. Every time we get volunteers here, that becomes a little job to trim them all back. And behind the solar panels, again, you've got good examples of how all these bushes just grow, make a boundary. Kept as a tree, this one for shade for the accommodation. Lots of pine trees everywhere, which are fantastic to have. See more of the yucca plants randomly in the garden. And Mike's made a whole line of them just to screen the goat farm, which is in the distance. It also turns your head to the views the other way. It's a kit. Kit's always playing down this end. More great big trees there, all on our land, which are really lovely to have. Again, that makes a good weather barrier. That's the direction the bad weather comes from. Another berry tree which we need to cut back from this side, but our last workaway did it from the other side. And then we have, to finish off, another carob on the lower side, and the berry bush from this side. Another shot of the great big evergreens, all sorts of different ones, which, as I say, I've got a video coming out on all of those. And again, an example of how any of the carobs and bushes and greenery just naturally grow and can be made for a boundary or cut back. So here's some more berry and carob and other shrubs. So I hope you enjoyed that tour. It was very tiring, up and down, but I hope you enjoyed that video. And tell me, of all my trees, which, if you could have one, what would you have? Until next time, alrighty.